So we should not divide ourselves. We should not divide ourselves. We are one body. We are talking about that Christ and God. We are one body. Hello. Hello. My people, my people, my people. So hi. How are you guys doing? How you guys doing? I hope everything is well. Yeah. Yes. I know how many of you are getting ready for Christmas on the 25th. How many of you are getting ready? Me, I'm getting ready to celebrate that day. I'm getting ready to celebrate that day. How do you celebrate your birthday? How do you celebrate your Christmas? Would you want to celebrate it with your family? Have you invited anybody to come over? Especially those people that, that are alone. Well, I'm just kidding. Yeah, in today's video, I want to talk about something special. Something that is very, very special to us as a Christian, in this period, some Christians, some of them believe in the celebration of Christmas, and some of them said, no, I don't want to celebrate it. And some of us, we are confused. Why can't you celebrate the birth of Christ? Why? The birth of Christ. Do you know what reason? Do you know why? That is what I am here today. Remember what I told you? Back to back. I give it to you back to back. You understand? So I don't want my people, my beloved family, to be left out, especially those that don't know why some people said no, even though they are Christians, but they cannot celebrate it. But I base my argument. Well, before I base my argument on something, if people can come, if the world can come and celebrate Halloween and give holiday, then why can't we celebrate Christ? This is my own opinion. Even though before now, well, when I was younger, I celebrate Christmas. Chiamaka, go. You always come on my video. Enough of that your face. I don't want it today. You understand me? Stay there. Enough. I just want to be my own today. Yeah? Stay there. So, when I was much younger, not even when I was up to when I got married, I was born Anglican, married to an Anglican. So we celebrate Christmas, up until when I came to Europe. After was it not? I can't remember which year. I think 2000 and was it not 2010 or 11? Actually, in this house, I've never celebrated it. It's not that I'm not for it. I am not against it. Yeah, sorry for the interruption before the mosquito bite. Mosquito bites me, so so I'm joking. One of my lifestyle, I joke a lot. So it's not every time that you. No, it's good. When you laugh and yeah. So what I was saying before the mosquito bite, before the video went off, these children they can disturb me a lot. Yeah, but I have to do this. I will continue with this. So what I try to say is this: I used to celebrate Christmas up until at least 2010 or 11. That was when I stopped, because we used to send Christmas card and every other thing. So we had to stop. I'm not against it. I am not for it, that time. So up until when I begin to rethink, and I said, if the reason for the season is Christ, then it was celebrating. If the purpose of this moment is to make Christ popularize, is to popularize Christ, then I must partake in it. That is my own argument. That is my own argument. So I said, okay, you know, like I said in my previous video, I had never had a Christmas tree because of what, you know, in this life, so many things come your way. So even up till now, maybe next year I would think about putting a Christmas tree, you know, to make my children also happy, because they always tell me, Mama, what of Christmas tree? I said, leave it for now, you know. So I really want to let us talk about it. It's good to talk about it. We are not supposed to be ignorant of this, all these things. So, you know, in some of the reasons, because before 1647, yes, they were celebrating Christmas. Especially in UK, everybody, they were celebrating Christmas. So at a time, I think in 1647, there is a Puritan led English parliament. You know, all these Jim brothers, you know. Then I came and I said that, wow, that Christmas is not worth celebrating. Why? Because of what? The one is that they think that, you know, during that time, during the celebration of Christmas, shops are closed, and a lot of immoral activities used to go on during that time. Wastefulness, you know, wastefulness. So they said, okay, instead of this poopish festival, it's better they leave it and stop engaging in it. Rather, let us use that 25th to do fasting, to seek, you know, to seek God's face, instead of immoral things happening that day. A lot of things, shops are closed, you know. Even up to today, it's still happening. So, but before we can talk about it, because no, another thing is that one of the reasons, the argument they brought out is that it has no biblical backup. You know, since the Bible is literally the Word of God, then if there is no reference, in the Bible that gives the date, that 25th, then it is not sanctioned. So you see where they were going. And again, I will take you back to that the origin of that Christmas. So there was a man, an emperor, for that matter. So they said this man, his name is Constantine. During his reign, that was when, I think this happened in the 4th century. He was the first Christian emperor. You know, he was zealous. So that was when Christians started celebrating Christmas. And not only that, because his encounter with God, he never knew God before, but up until when he had a personal encounter with God. Then he sanctioned everything. And not only that, he motivated a lot of people to become Christians. And I was made to understand that if you are not a Christian, it is difficult for you to get a job that time. So that was when churches become popular. And remember, that is not the basic. The problem is that particular date of 25th was the day it was a Roman gods. They celebrate their Roman gods, which is called, they say that name is Mithras, which is the god of the light. So they used that day to celebrate and enjoy and celebrate and worship that god. And not only that, from 17th of December up till that time, there was a lot of festival. There is one they called Saturnalia, and what's the name of the other one again? The other one is Canlands. So they used to celebrate it. The festival starts from 17th till 25th, and they exchange gifts and they do a lot of things, celebrate a lot of things, but in immoral way. So that is why even up to today, Christians are still saying that it's not possible. How could you use an idol day, the day people worship their gods, the idol gods, as Christmas dates? But where I base my argument to say, okay, if actually their motive is to, okay, let's say for me, that day, they choose that they said, okay, we don't want to worship idol again. We don't want to worship this idol again. We want to use it as the day to celebrate the birth of Christ. To me, I don't think, because of the encounter of Constantine, that will even make you to think about, said, okay, why can't I celebrate it? If actually is to make Christ popular. But the thing that is still being carried over from generation to generation is the waywardness in it, the ungodliness in it, the wastefulness in it. That is why some Christians says, no, biblically it is not there. There is no sin, there is no date, even though there are stories of Mary being pregnant, shepherds and the angels, and the to visit Jesus Christ when he was born. The stories of his birth is there, but there was no particular date for his for his birth. That is to say, maybe it's not necessary. It is not sanctioned. There is no reference in the Bible to back it up. So that is why some Christians said, no, I don't want to participate in this. You understand? But if you now come to look at it, the motive behind the celebration of Christmas, it is to celebrate Christ and change it. Because the similarities, they have the same similarities, you know, because of worldliness in it. So that comes to my topic today. What do we stand? Well, for me, let us celebrate it because it's all about Christ. It's all about his birth. You understand? It's all about his birth and it's all about Christ. You understand? Even till today, there are people who celebrate this Christmas, but they don't know what it is. I met one lady. I said, what do you have to say about this season? He said, well, I celebrate it, but I don't believe in God. You see it? I know. So, we now have to say that if we have to choose to celebrate it as a Christian, let us celebrate it wisely. And also, let us remove immoral, the wastefulness in it. If that wastefulness we can avoid it, then it's worth celebrating. So if you celebrate Christmas, yeah, a lot of interruptions. So, but what I'm still saying is, whether you choose to celebrate Christmas or not, it does not make you righteous. It does not make you holy. So if you celebrate it as a Christian, that is not made you to be a saint or not. So if you must celebrate Christmas, celebrate it in a godly way. And if you choose not to celebrate it, it's okay. Please don't condemn those people that celebrate it. The truth of the matter is that Christ, instead of Christ and his reign to die, it's better we continue celebrating it, but make it right. Make it right. Celebrate with your family and rejoice in that day that Christ was born. That Christ was born. Remove wastefulness, immorality, ungodliness. You know? So, and everywhere will be perfect for us. I still emphasize, the reason for the season is Christ. Celebrate Christ, have a good heart, feel for one another, and it will be well with us. So, my people, remember that there is no biblical reference that backs it up. But if people will come together and said this is it and cancel a celebration of idol, at least it was celebrating, but don't make Christmas an idol worship, but make Christmas a day of reflection. Use it as a day of reflection, a time of realization, a time of friendship, a time of extension of to those people that don't have. So that is my own take. I will celebrate Christmas, and I hope as many that want to celebrate it. And let me know in your comment section if you celebrate Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, put it on comment section and give me the reason. Then if you agree with what I said, celebrate it in godliness and remove immorality. That is all about it. And it's a matter of the conscience, the heart. That is what matters. How you love God, your relationship with God. To be sincere, when I celebrated Christ and when I stopped celebrating it, there is no change. So what changes is your relationship with God. Is your relationship, and how are you willing to forgive when someone offends you? Are you willing to let go when someone steps on you? That is what matters. And how you take humanity, how your heart is, and how your relationship is with God. That is what matters. So, to me, this argument, to me, is not necessary. Truth. What matters is Christ. What matters is Christ. So, let us one body. The body of Christ is not divided. We should not divide ourselves. So we should not divide ourselves. We should not divide ourselves. We are one body. We are talking about that Christ and God. We are one body. So enjoy as you celebrate with your family and friends. Enjoy. For those of you that still believe in the Puritan age, it's still okay. But remember, this one is not if you celebrate it, you will go to hell or heaven. That one is not my concern. No. My concern is that Christ is the reason for this season. So I must enjoy it. Okay. See you. Please subscribe to my YouTube. And I beg you that subscribe. Remember, back to back. I promise you back to back. You know, I promise you back to back. Back to back. And you enjoy following me. Yeah? Okay. I will be bringing things and clearing things the way I understand it. So, subscribe to my YouTube. Put your notification bell. And share. I said share. Okay. Have a wonderful day. I'm waiting for on the 25th to have my rice and fried chicken. What are you going to cook that day? Is it rice or fried chicken or beans or eba? It doesn't matter. You are celebrating is what matters. Okay. Christ is the reason for the season. Okay. Bye.